Alright, welcome to the farm today. As you can see, we have the Lawn Boy mower in the garage, and as you can see, I've already removed the recoil start cover. Hopefully I'm getting this, I'm still learning. Pretty cool decals on it. It's model 3002. So I didn't bore you with the details of doing that or removing the spark plug. However, at this point, we do need to remove the flywheel on this, and then access the points, which are going to be underneath this flywheel. So, along with that goes the fact that I just picked up the mail, brand new Milwaukee tools. Milwaukee Fuel quarter hex driver. Looks like a pretty fancy outfit. We're going to give it a try out. Been pretty primarily with Snap-on tools for a long time, or DeWalt for my cordless. But we are now stepping into a different line. I've heard a lot of rave reviews about the brands, so we're going to give them a try. I don't know how well they're going to work, what they're going to do here, but right now I'm trying to find a socket. I'm not sure what size that is. Oh, 11/16. So far that little thing's pretty powerful. So as you can see, we got to remove the nut, and then we got to remove this guy, which is for the recoil, part of the recoil start. And we're going to go ahead and remove the screen and the washer, and we're going to set that aside. We're going to make sure there's nothing else. There was a lock washer on top of it. Now, what I like to do is take this nut and put it back on, run down flush with the top of the crankshaft. Hopefully you guys can see that. Then I get out my brass hammer and usually a good length pry bar. I'm going to go with a good length pry bar. And I will take that and place it underneath the flywheel and put a little up pressure against it. In this case, I'm picking up the back of the mower, so give it a good smack. Usually, that's all it takes to get a flywheel loose. If they're any tighter than that, then you really probably should use a puller. They do make nubs to go over the end of the crankshaft. This is just the way I learned how to do it when I was a young fella. That's the way my dad taught me to do it, so that's the way I do it. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. Just makes it the way that I do it. So, fault me if you will, but just what it be. So what we want to do, and I've already wiped some of the debris out of here, but I want to get that debris out of there, as much of it as we can. As with anything, you want it clean. You don't want a dirty mess. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to leave the flywheel key in, I believe. And we're going to open up this little box with our points in it. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I've never had to work on one of these before, so this is a new experience. It looks like we got to take this keylay out. We're going to get a screwdriver and just see if we can remove that easily. If it's going to be difficult. It looks like it might be a little difficult to remove. Want to do this without damaging the keylay, so you definitely want to be careful. And and another thing I want to mention too is when you're taking these apart, make sure you're paying attention to how things go. It's easy to mix this kind of stuff up, and it can be a costly mistake if you do not pay close attention. Learned my lesson. Also pay attention to what direction your rotation is when you're pulling the motor over, because should you find that you have a counterclockwise rotation, or you know, your rotation's different, you may find that flywheel nut that holds the flywheel on is going to turn backwards. It doesn't look like we're going to get that out easily. So let's see. That must be the governor there. Yep, that's the governor. Let's see. No, we really need to get that out of there. That's the only way we're gonna. Oh, hey, look at there. Can maybe manage to get this around just enough to see our blades. Yeah, they're dirty. Let me get some contact cleaner. And start with this. Gotta clean these up. Usually I like to use a points file and clean them up. And I like to get this cover out of the way typically on anything that is possible to do that. Unfortunately, in this instance, it does not look like that's going to be the best option for us. So we're going to do this the wrong way, and the only way that we have available to us at the moment. First off, we're going to get our points file in there. And I'll bring you guys for a close-up in just a second here. So let's see what we're doing, or at least what we're working on here. This might have to open this up a couple times to get this clean, get these points clean. So normally what I'll do in a situation like this, where I know I have a problem, I like to pull my points right on out, take them apart, and take them to the wire wheel if at all possible. The reason I say that is because that's the best way to clean it. That wire wheel will take all the debris, everything off there without removing anything. Unfortunately, we don't have that option. So we are going to do the best we can with what we have. What we're using is what they call electrical contact cleaner. Spray on there. Drop that again. But anyway, you guys come here for a minute. So we're inside this cover here. As you can see, get the light to prop up where we need him. As you can see, right there, there's our breaker points. We're trying to clean right there between them. So we want that when they open and close, that's when they break the connection. So the way that we're going to have to prove that we got these clean is, unfortunately, we're going to have to put it back together, put the flywheel back on it, and turn it over. And because I can't get that keyway out, which poses another dilemma for it. Oh,